Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. A man opened the door and put the bags inside the room. Other man came inside by carrying a small baby in his arm. Yoongi, this is my room. Now it's your room too. I brought your bags. There is washroom. I already emptied one wardrobe. You can arrange your stuffs there. Don't touch anything. Don't change the things from their place. Jimin slowly nodded his head. Okay. Yoongi looked at Cookie. Cookie, come to me. Cook turned his face to the side. No. Yoongi forcefully took him from Jimin's hand. Let him fresh. You can meet him after some times. I am going. Lock the door. Jimin, okay. Yoongi left from there with Cookie, who was kept hitting him and wiggling in his hold, and Jimin locked the door from inside and went to washroom to change his clothes. Yoonmin married yesterday in private ceremony. It was an arranged marriage. Both of them never met with each other before. Marriage was done in other city. Today they both came in Yoongi's house. Cookie is Yoongi's elder brother's son. Who went on some important business trip after the marriage. They will be back in a week. Cookie is only 1.5 years old. He liked Jimin a lot because of his cute and caring nature. Yoongi always behaved coldly. It was his nature, but Jimin didn't know. After some time, Jimin came out from the washroom and sat on the bed. He was looking here and there. He was very nervous because of first night. He heard it was very painful, and from his friends he have no idea what happened in this. He was waiting for Yoongi before going on trip. Jin Cookie's appa told him to let Yoongi do everything and gives control on his hand. He doesn't need to worry about anything. Yoongi will handle him. He just obey him. Jimin couldn't understand the meaning of his words, but due to hesitation, he couldn't ask from him. He met Jin few times before marriage, so he was comfortable with him. Namjin left Cookie with their parents, but Cookie wanted to stay with Yoonmin, so his parents gave Cookie to them. Soon he heard knock on a door and stood up. Yoongi came inside while holding a sleepy Cookie, and Jimin was standing there in silk robe which was till his mid-thigh and had a deep neck. Jimin was looking very uncomfortable in that robe. He was pulling the robe by his one hand, and by other hand he was trying to cover his deep neck robe. He never wear something like this before, so he was quite uncomfortable. Yoongi locked the door and started walking towards him, and Jimin started taking back steps, and he bumped with bed and fell on the back. He came to him. Jimin's heartbeat was pounding. Yoongi can easily hear his heartbeat. He's breathing, getting heavily. He parted his lips to take breath. He was looking so beautiful with his innocent, scared face and breathing by his mouth. Yoongi was still holding his cold and poker face. He gave his hand to Jimin to stand up. Jimin held his hand and stand up. He placed Cookie in middle of the bed and he quickly curled up like a fluffy ball. Jimin smiled to see him. Yoongi was sitting on the bed and patting Cookie's head. Jimin was standing and looking at them. Yoongi looked at Jimin. Why are you standing? Sit here. Jimin nervously. Oh, okay. He sat there by placing his both the hands on his thighs. He was trying to cover up his thighs. He picked the pillow and from behind Jimin and placed it on his thigh. Pillow was enough big to cover his thighs. Yoongi coldly, when you aren't comfortable in this robe, then why are you wearing it? Jimin scared. Didn't you like it? Yoongi, what's in this to like? Why did you buy these clothes? It looks so cheap. Do you wear this type of clothes? Jimin, more scared, and slowly shook his head. No. Yoongi, then why are you wearing this? Looked at his neck, which was showing his milky white skin, and looked at the other side. First, go and change. Jimin, why am I not looking good in this? Yoongi, do as much as you are told. I don't like when people don't like. Listen to me. Pick the blanket and covered him by this. Wear some decent clothes. Jimin, oh, okay. Ran to washroom. Yoongi said in his usual tone. He was talking like this with everyone. He told to Jimin to change his clothes because he was looking so uncomfortable in that. Jimin was totally unaware of Yoongi's words. He thought he made Yoongi mad. At their first night, Yoongi didn't like him in that dress. That's why he told him to change. Since the childhood, he was very sensitive. Nobody raised his voice on him, but Yoongi did. He misunderstood him and started crying while changing. His clothes. He wore pajamas and shirt and came out. He saw Yoongi was still sitting there and patting Cookie's head. Jimin, is this fine? Yoongi coldly looked at him and then turned his face to the side. Jimin, sit beside him. Whoa. Yoongi, pick the pillow. Sleep here. I will sleep in the living room. Cookie has the habit of cuddling in sleep. If he wakes up at midnight, then just patted his head. He will sleep quickly. Took the blanket from the wardrobe and left without letting Jimin say anything. Jimin, tear dropped from his eyes. Did I make him angry? Is it this much angry that he didn't even look at me? He's so mad. He angrily left from here by taking the pillow. He's this much mad that he didn't want to share the room with me. Azoma's daughter, Jimin's maid, said her Jimin's friend didn't make her husband happy, so he left her. Will Jimin Yoongi leave me too? No. Tomorrow I will say him sorry. Saw Cookie wiggling in sleep. Sorry, I disturbed your sleep. Lay down beside him and started patting his head. Meanwhile, with Yoongi was working on an important project. He prepared a strong coffee for himself and sitting on the couch and working on his laptop. So many files and papers were spreading all over the couch and center table. He was looking so stressed. He was working on this project on day and night, completely forgetting about his sleep and hunger. He didn't want to disturb Jimin and Cookie's sleep. That's why he came to living room. But Jimin didn't know about this. After staying up whole night, he finally completed the file for tomorrow's meeting. He checked the time. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. He stretched his arms and legs and gathered all the files and put it on the center table. He was about to let down on the couch, but remembered about Jimin. So he went to his room and found Jimin was sleeping while hugging Cookie. He was quickly pouting. Cookie was covered with the blanket, but Jimin didn't. Yoongi smiled to see his cute pout and covered him properly with the blanket and stroked his hairs, then left after closing the door slowly. Time skipped in the morning. Jimin woke up and found Cookie wasn't there. He looked at the time from his mobile and quickly sat on the bed. It was 9 a.m. He overslept today. He quickly went to washroom and get ready and came to kitchen while looking for Yoongi and cooking. He found Yoongi was cooking and feeding Cookie fruit salad. Cookie saw Jimin and smiled brightly and said, "Cook, Minnie." Jimin came near him. Good morning." Cook stood up on the kitchen counter and hugged him tightly. Good. Kissed on his cheeks. Jimin hugged him tightly and looked at Yoongi. Yoongi left without looking at him. Cook saw Jimin's sad face. "Minnie, smile, no sad," pulled his cheeks. Jimin looked at Cookie. "I came here to say him sorry, but again make him angry. Is he more mad?" Cook shook his head vigorously. "No, you need no mad." Showed him his bowl of fruit salad. "Minnie, eat." Jimin, "No, I'm fine. Cookie should eat." Fed him his fruit salad. "I know I made him angry again." So Yoongi was coming back. Yoongi put the clothes on the counter. "Go and change." Jimin, Yoongi, without looking at him, "First go and change." Little loud. Jimin quickly grabbed the clothes and ran away. "Okay." Yoongi took a deep breath. "This boy." Cook stood up on the counter and pulled his hairs. "You need bath." Yoongi, leave my hair. Do you want me to make bald? Why do you always pull my hair? Should I pull your hairs too? Cook, "You need math, Minnie." Lift his hairs. Yoongi, "I didn't make him sad. Have you seen his clothes? It was too short. He was continuously trying to pull it. I don't understand why he wears the clothes which makes him this much comfortable." Looked at Cook. "Teach him to wear some decent clothes." Cook again sat on the counter. "Otti, opened his mouth. Yoongi fed him fruit salad. "You yourself couldn't do anything. How will you make him understand? Look like I have to talk with him by my ways." Jimin came back in baggy clothes. "Yoongi, these clothes are..." Yoongi turned around. Now it looks good." Gave him coffee. "Your coffee and breakfast." Jimin, "How do you know I want coffee?" Yoongi, "When we were coming, your dad told me that you won't eat anything without coffee. You need coffee in the morning." Yoongi, "Oh," sat on the counter. Yoongi, "We have dining table. You can't eat here." Jimin, "I'm comfortable here, don't worry." Cook cheers his bowl with Jimin's mug. "Cheers." Jimin looked at him and smiled. "Cheers." Sipped the coffee. It's so tasty." Yoongi, "I have very important meeting. I will try to come back early. Don't go anywhere outside of the house. I prepared your lunch. Eat it in the afternoon. Cookie wants to eat in every 2 hours, so feed him fruits. In lunch, gives him soup. I made that. Don't let him play in water. Finish your breakfast and wash the dishes, okay?" Jimin looked at Yoongi without blinking his eyes and trying to memorize what Yoongi said. "Oh, okay." Yoongi, "Will you do all these things?" Jimin, I will do this. I will eat in every 2 hours and eat soup in lunch and feed Cookie lunch which you prepared. I won't let myself to play in water. After the breakfast, Cookie will wash the dishes. See, I remembered everything. Looked at Cook, who face palmed himself. What happened? Did I say anything wrong? Yoongi came closer to him. Anything wrong? You said everything wrong. You will make Cookie to clean the dishes? How can this much small child clean the dishes? You left. Jimin closed his eyes tightly, but when he didn't hear Yoongi, he opened his one eye and sighed in relief to not find Yoongi. He left. Yoongi put the sticky note on his forehead. Look at me, I wrote everything on this paper. Stick on the fridge. Just read it. His mobile rang and he left while talking on it. Jimin, ouch, rubbed his forehead and took out the sticky note. Use your brain? He's so meany. Cook rubbed Jimin's forehead and kissed on it. Minmin no shot. Yoongi on call. Yeah, I made the file. It's in my laptop. I saved it. Yeah, I made the presentation too. Don't worry. In just few minutes I will be there. Then take the printout. No, I can't send you the file. Actually, some error is showing. Maybe because of space issue. I spent my 2 hours to figure out but couldn't find. Let me come there, then I will tell you. Yeah. Left to his room. Jimin in mind. Yoongi is facing some issue in sending the file. I can solve this problem. When he will see his problem is solved, then he will be happy and I will ask his forgiveness. Cook shook Jimin. Minnie! Jimin, yeah, made Cookie stand on the floor. Cookie, stay here. I will be back soon. Cook, Utti! Jimin slowly opened the door and peeked inside. Once he confirmed that Yoongi wasn't there, he came inside and started looking for the laptop. He found it on the couch and went there. He opened his laptop and did something and closed the laptop. Yoongi came out while dressed up for his office and saw Jimin was proudly smiling without any reason. Yoongi found something fishy. He went to him and said, Yoongi, what are you doing here? Why are you smiling without any reason? Jimin, you were facing the problem to send file, na? Yoongi, so? Jimin, so I solved your problem. Now you can easily send the file. Yoongi, what? Did you touch my laptop? Yoongi, how can I solve your problem without touching it? Of course I touch it. Yoongi started checking his laptop. Yeah, check it. I'm here to listen. Thank you. Yoongi angrily looked at him and grabbed his arm. You deleted my file? Yoongi, it has virus. Because of that, laptop wasn't working properly, but I deleted that, so now everything is fine. Yoongi, have you lost your mind? Who told you to touch my laptop? Jimin saw his angry face. I saw on internet my laptop was also hanging, but after this solution my laptop started working smoothly, so I tried this on your laptop too. I only want to help you. Yoongi left his arm. Help! Yeah, you did very good help of mine. Who the hell told you to do this? Did I ask your help? Jimin, I'm so sorry. Tears started flowing from his eyes. Yoongi, more mad. First do mistake, then cry. I don't want to see any tear. Wipe it quickly. Jimin quickly wiped his tears. So sorry. Yoongi, stop saying sorry. Your sorry can't do anything. Will your sorry bring back my file? From past 15 days I was working on it without eating and sleeping. I worked on it day and night and you just deleted in few seconds. Today is very important meeting. What will I do in the meeting? What should I say to others? Should I tell them that my dumb husband deleted in the name of helping me? I did the biggest mistake of my life to marry with the dumb person like you who doesn't have any brain. I know that if I know you don't have a little bit brain, then I would never marry with you. It's just one day since you came here and you already ruined my hard work of 15 days. Don't know what will you do more in future. Cookie is much more sensible than you. Yoongi was angrily shouting without seeing Jimin's condition. Jimin was shaking by the fear. He was covering his ears by his hands. He can't tolerate this much loud voice, and Yoongi was continuously shouting on him. He picked the laptop and angrily left while talking on call. Jimin fell on the floor and crawled to the corner and sat there while hugging his legs on his chest. He was shaking a lot. He was crying like there is no tomorrow. Cookie quickly ran inside after seeing Yoongi angrily left from the house. He found Jimin in the corner and crying while shaking a lot. He quickly went to him and patted his hairs. Jimin saw him and quickly hugged him tightly while crying. Cookie was continuously patting his head. After a few minutes, he stopped crying and Cookie brought the water and made him drink and wiped his tears by his tiny baby hands. Time skipped after some times. Yoongi just returned from the meeting. Meeting was successful. He saved the files in few drafts. He again made the files with the help of those drafts. Yoongi loosened his tie and sat on the chair. Finally, this meeting over. Back is hurting so much. Finally, I can sleep. I don't need to stay up all night. Remembered about Jimin and opened his eyes. Did I scold him more? But he deserves this. He deleted the file. If I hadn't saved the files in small drafts, then this meeting would be cancelled and our company would have suffered by huge losses. It all happened because of his over smartness. Yeah, I know he always wanted to help me, but he shouldn't be this much careless. I think I scolded him too much. He was shaking like a dry leaf. I should bring chocolates for him. His dad told me that he loves chocolates so much. That will be fine. I should go now. Left. Meanwhile, with Jimin became normal after few minutes. Seeing him crying, Cookie became scared too. So Jimin handled himself. He slept with Cookie. When Cookie was sleeping, he covered him by the pillows and saw outside is raining. He came to backyard and sat there in rain. He was looking at his mom's pic and started crying while looking at her. He was scared that Yoongi will leave him. He didn't like him. When Jimin was 6 years old, his mom died. Jimin thought she left him because he troubled her a lot. His dad removed her all the belongings because Jimin was continuously blaming himself. But Jimin did hide her this big. Cookie woke up, and when he didn't find Jimin beside himself, he started looking for him and saw him in the backyard. He brought his baby umbrella and about to go to him, but saw Yoongi was going to him. He picked the stone in his hand to hit him if he made Jimin cry again. Yoongi kneeled down in front of Jimin. Jimin, what are you doing here? Come, let's go inside. Jimin, without looking at him, Yoongi will also leave me like Mama. Yoongi knew about Jimin's mom. He was trying to talk with Jimin, but Jimin kept chanting that he will leave him like his mom. Yoongi didn't have any option, so he hugged him tightly and pulled him on a soft kiss to give him assurance and broke it after few seconds. Yoongi, Jimin, are you alright? Jimin looked at him with teary eyes. Will you leave me? Yoongi wiped his tears by his hands. No, never. I will never leave you. Yeah, I know I shouted on you in the morning, but it doesn't mean I will leave you. Whatever I said was in anger. I didn't mean anything. I will never leave you. Jimin hugged him tightly. I'm sorry. I won't trouble you. Just don't leave me. Yoongi patted his back. I will never. Jimin broke the hug. You stole my first kiss without my permission. Yoongi, what is stole? I'm your legally husband. It was my right. Jimin, yeah, but you didn't ask my permission. Yoongi, if I asked, then would you deny? Rubbed his thumb on his lips. Jimin, can I again tease these rose petals like soft lips? Jimin shyly nodded his head and Yoongi again kissed him. Jimin didn't know how to kiss, so he was only following Yoongi. Yoongi Cookie sneezed and they both broke the kiss and found Cookie was standing behind Yoongi while holding a stone in his one hand and by other hand covering his both the eyes. Yoongi picked Jimin in his arms and took him in their room. Cookie followed them by sneezing. They all changed their clothes. Yoongi was drying Jimin's hairs and Jimin was drying Cookie's hairs by the towel. Yoongi, oh, so you are oversensitive and can't be a loud voice. Jimin, you know I was shaking a lot. Nobody shouted on me ever. Yoongi, I'm sorry. I'm short-tempered. I lose my control. I said so many things in anger, so please don't mind, okay? I will remember this and try to not shout on you. Jimin, I'm sorry too. I will also not take your words on my heart. Are you still angry on me? Yoongi, no, I won't. You know I brought chocolates for you as an apology. Passed him box of chocolates. Jimin, thank you. For chocolate, Cookie and himself too. Yoongi, can I ask something? Jimin, ask. Yoongi, why did you wear those clothes which make you uncomfortable? Jimin, I didn't wanna wear. Jin Yang brought those clothes for me and said you will happy to see me on those clothes, but you became mad and left the room. Yoongi, Jin Yang, never listen to Jin Yang. He's crazy. I didn't mad. You were looking uncomfortable. That's why I told you to change and left the room because I had to complete the file. For that, I had to stay up all night. You couldn't sleep if I work here. I usually talk coldly, so please don't mind. I will try to change this habit. Tomorrow we will go on shopping and buy clothes for you. Looked at Cook, who was cutely eating the chocolates. Jikook together. The couple should talk about each other's habits and fears before or after marriage. Therefore, they may avoid or be careful about doing things that may make their partner uncomfortable or scared. They shouldn't hesitate in making small adjustments. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all like it. It was the requested story for One Shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Marriage is very complicated thing. Before marriage or at first night, couples should talk with each other about their habits so they can be careful to do that things. If Yoonmin talked with each other before and found out that Yoongi had the habit of shouting and getting hyper on small things, and Jimin was oversensitive and easily took words on his hearts, so they both would be careful and could avoid whatever happened. No matter how much you know about each other, some things you find out only after living with each other. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with a new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.